So thanks for joining, Pooya, aka Poppa, in the community. I'm the global community lead for Catheon, which is the publisher of Soul Chicks that you might have heard of, and we have some other games as well. Hey, I recognize you from yesterday, by the way. So I'm going to be talking about Web3, a little bit about blockchain, mostly about blockchain gaming, and also talk about our company for potential partners. So as many of you might know, blockchain gaming is in the beginning of a very, very rapid expansion. What I see in the coming 4-5 years is going to expand so much. It's the traditional gaming industry. It's great. I love it. It's very good at entertainment, but it doesn't give value back to the users. So, for example, I like to ask this: how many play video games? You raise your hand. I'm not going to put you on the spot. Yeah, and keep your hand up if you make money off of that. Yeah, nobody. Me neither. So that's the thing that I think is going to be very exciting for play-to-earn gaming. So before we talk about blockchain gaming, I'm just going to briefly touch upon what Web3 is. It's a buzzword. Everyone hears about it, but nobody really knows what it means. So Web3, I mean, Web 1 and 2, if we start there, Web 1 was just MySpace, MSN. It was someone created that platform. Someone curated everything for you. You couldn't change that much yourself. It was a lot of read. Then we got into Web 2 with social media, with social media, we had a lot of user-generated content. We had a lot of community. And then we're going to Web 3, where the data is going from private to very public and decentralized. And what will be interesting with this is, instead of like what I talked about with the, so big social medias, the big companies, the Googles, the Facebook, they own all the data. Once you're in their ecosystem, you're the product, because it's free, but you're the product. They sell ads, and everything in their ecosystem, they can benefit from having you there, and you get nothing from it. And that's the old ecosystem where the value doesn't come to, if we compare this to gaming, if you're in the ecosystem, every cost is a sunk cost. Everything you pay, you will never get it back. You get entertainment, and that's nice, but play to earn, then you actually, once you buy an asset of a secondary marketplace, like you all know, you can sell that for money and bring it to a new game. Or you can even, if it's in the same ecosystem, like with Catheon Games, you'll be able to take that NFT and use it in another game. So this is obviously further down the line. The technology for this to be seamless and very entertaining, it's not quite there yet. Which brings us to the incredible opportunity. So even the big companies like Epic Games, Ubisoft, you have Square Enix, they realize that there is potential here. They realize that the market is shifting. In the same way that once upon a time you had pay-to-play, you paid 50 euros to play a game. It sounds stupid. For most people it sounds weird now, because everything is subscription-based. It's freemium. You don't even pay for some games like League of Legends. But people still play them, and they pay a lot of money. And these companies realize this, but they don't have the structure to move fast. These companies are huge. They probably have board decisions that need to be taken. That takes a lot of time. They have the budgeting it's got to go through so many different levels of hierarchy. So I think we're 1 or 2 years away from seeing some of these companies actually move into and take action into the play-to-earn space, which brings us to a company that most of you have heard of, Axie Infinity. Axie Infinity was one of the first movers and reaped the benefits of being one of the first movers. At one point in time, their fully diluted market cap was over $14 billion. That's a lot of money for 2 million users. And the gaming industry has billions of users, and it's $1 trillion market that just isn't tapped into yet, because we're not quite there yet. So even though all of these numbers, the 64,000% ROI, that's a good deal. If you were early in Axie, you're probably not here right now. Just guessing. But this is a game that, I don't know, does anyone here play Axie? Has anyone tried it? Is anyone playing it regularly? Exactly. Yeah, so it's a great game, and they've done tremendously well. For all intents and purposes, it's hugely successful. But it's not fun. It's not entertaining. The entertainment level isn't there. And yet, we can see that it works. And one important aspect of why it works is because, for me, and most of you here probably, we don't have all the time in the world. We're getting older, we're making money, but time is becoming more and more scarce. And like we see with Axie Infinity, it's a lot of Filipino players and Southeast Asian people are playing it. So what's happening is, and that's really exciting, is we're getting more new players. People are telling their relatives, people are telling the bus drivers, whatever, that you can make money off of this. It's more than you make right now in some countries that maybe they don't have the money, but they have the time. So that's extremely exciting, because that means that you can not only tap into the already existing gaming markets, but there's also new players that will come as a consequence of this. So time will be able to be traded globally on a regulated market instead of the black markets that already exist. Now, I talked a little bit about the play-to-earn market in general. Super exciting stuff, and I'm from Catheon Gaming, so we're very excited about that, and we want to be part of this disruption, this, in my opinion, inevitable disruption of the gaming industry. So we consider ourselves to be an entertainment company with world-class technical, publishing, fundraising, and continuated support. So we are looking for partnerships with any and all people who want to join us, and that the arrangement of the partnership can be very different. So before we go into that, I'll just briefly touch upon Catheon Gaming, some of our achievements, some of the game titles that we have. So it's a 3-month-old company, something like that, and we already have 5 or 6 game titles with, I think, 13 more in the pipeline. We're trying to become the Steam of the blockchain industry. So that's, I think that's very ambitious, but we're very, very excited, and many people really are intrigued by this vision, and so we have over 100, and I think it's over 200 people right now who want to join us. SoulChicks was like you might have heard of. We have t-shirts, by the way, SoulChicks t-shirts afterwards if you want them. It's the first game that we had. So 2 of our games are purely organic, and SoulChicks was one of them. SoulChicks, we managed to raise $55 million in 3 months with a valuation of $500 million. That's a lot for a company that's 3 months old, that doesn't even have a product. So there is a lot of opportunity in this space. We, at one point in time, did a 5x of our total following over 10 days. We have over 90,000 people that played the game demo that we created in less than 2 months. This goes to show that this was highly successful, and there's so much potential in this industry. So as I was talking about, what we want to do, we want to have an end-to-end solution for any types of partnerships. I mean, any types of gaming company that wants to join us. So maybe your game, you just want to integrate blockchain into your game. Company that want to integrate blockchain into your game, then we can do that for you. And if that's all you want, that's fine. But we have more stuff as well. So, the passive investor doesn't have everything to help you with from A to Z. The blockchain integrator, the gaming blockchains, none of them have that, but we offer all of it. So we'll help you with the NFT mint, we'll help you with the IDO, we'll help you with the growth hacking, the marketing, we'll help you with the connecting you with the launch pads, with the centralized exchanges, the investors, the KOLs. I can go on and on. So we already have all of this in our network. Some of the key areas of expertise, you need both the gaming, but you also need the business savvy. You can't have one of them. If you just have business savvy, the game's going to suck. If you just have the gaming, then probably won't do well with the finances. Just a guess. Do you recognize that? Oh, okay, sorry, my bad. So we try to combine this. So we have people from Activision, we have people from PlayStation, Xbox, Ubisoft. We have people from McKinsey and Company, Bain, Yahoo, Uber, Nvidia, Binance, you name it. There's a lot of competent people that we've managed to recruit. Yeah, there's like plus 100, but there's so many different types of partners that we have. I'm not going to go through them now. I'm going to spare you that. Same with like different blockchain partners. Like I was talking about the technical solutions. We have so many contacts, and this is the part of our team, the world-class team that we're building. So for our different titles, we have like project management for them. We have centralized functions as well, as far as marketing and other functions. But every team will have an independent management and project management team that can be run and assisted by, for example, me. I'm the global community lead, so I help them set everything up so that it runs autonomously. By the way, if there's any questions, please don't be afraid to interrupt and ask. Just want to put that out there. So the gaming ecosystem right now, in 3 months, already 6 games. So we talked about Solchic's fantasy MMORPG game, which is going to be huge, which is going to be our version of Diablo and League of Legends, something inspired by that. I love League of Legends, so I'm super thrilled about that. Soulstars, Korean pop culture, it's huge. They're exporting so much like franchising, and they're like a huge export of culture, pretty much. So that's why we tapped into this. So these two are organic. We created them ourselves. Angramals, it's already a finished game. If you want to download that, you can just search it for it. You'll find it super fun to play while you're in the bathroom or whatever. It's like we call it the quirkiest play-to-earn game. They have the mint and the IDO in like 1 or 2 months. And then we have, there we go. So we have Voyage in Paradise. It's a DJ project. We have Chess Universe that we just signed a deal with, which is self-explanatory. So we have Outer World. It's a strategic RPG game. We have the first AAA quality game that's ready to launch on the blockchain. It's going to be super cool. Confidential, so I can't disclose what company it is, though. So we have a lot of different games. We have 13 more in the pipeline right now. We're also looking for for each and every one of these games, we're also looking to create an ecosystem within that. So instead of Solchic's being one game, it's going to be a franchise. And you'll be able to use the Chicks token, which is the native token, the governance token for Solchic's. You'll be able to use it across all of these. So this goes back to what I was talking about with the interoperability. Let's see here. And then we're going to build the Catheon Gaming Center. So maybe you don't even want to do like a full partnership. Maybe you just want a launch pad. You want to do the mint somewhere, but you don't have the tech or the God bless that guy. Maybe you don't have everything set up. Then we can offer those solutions for you. So yeah, that's the Catheon partnership. There's a lot of more slides about this, but I think you guys got the gist of it. So any and all types of partnerships, if you're a gaming company, we would love to do that. Let's talk. The arrangement of the collaboration, it can be a joint venture, 50-50, majority, minority. I mean, it's up to you guys what you want to do. And we'll help with everything from A to Z pretty much, or however much or little you want help with. So I have a few more slides, but they're pretty much the same thing. So I was actually hoping, oh yeah, last thing by the way, this is huge. If you refer us to a game studio that we do a partnership with, based on the valuation of the market cap upon listing, you will get a referral of up to $1 million. So if your warm introduction significantly affects the actual partnership happening. So that's huge. You can talk to me about it or read about it on catheongaming.com/referral if you want to. Thanks a lot for taking the time. I think we have a few more minutes. I'm a little bit early. Yeah, so if anyone wants to ask any questions or say anything, go ahead. We have a microphone there. It can be about Play to Earn, it can be about Catheon, any of the games. It can be about anything. It can be about that guy, I don't care. And you'll get a t-shirt for asking that as well, so I don't bite. Go ahead. Okay, sorry, he was first. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, nice presentation. Are you open to partnership outside of the Solana ecosystem?
Absolutely, great question. So yeah, so our games are on Solana right now, most of them, but we are definitely open to that. The Catheon Gaming Center will have like a bridge for like Polygon, Ethereum, you name it. Definitely open to that.
Great.
Do you have a favorite network?
Me? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm looking at Polygon right now. Yeah. There's also Immutable, but it's still early stage. But
yeah,
we can talk more about it later.
Definitely. Everyone's talking about Polygon today and yesterday, by the way. I have to redo my research.
Yeah, my question was pretty similar, and I wanted to ask which blockchain are you using, and
Yeah.
also why are you using Solana, and plus, do you have like some native SDK that you're integrating with like popular game engines such as Unity or Unreal?
Sorry, after the Solana.
Okay, yeah. Do you also have like an integrated SDK software development kit that works on Unity or Unreal?
That's outside my area of expertise.
Okay.
To be completely fair, for the latter part of that question. So for the Solana, why we chose that? So there are three reasons. One of them is that we were looking around and we saw that now there are some cheaper ones with low transaction costs, but Solana was one of them. And it's also, it can do a lot of transactions per second. And then we had like chats with some of these different networks. And we had a very good one with Solana and decided that we were going to move with them for having the first mover's advantage, which is huge. So thanks for the question. Yeah. Go ahead, you're closer, we can just do it.
Sure. How have you guys managed your recruiting pipeline is something I'm interested in to get to 150 people over 3 months. That seems like very rapid, right? Like what have you guys done to speed up the process and like how do you guys evaluate people quickly?
Sorry, it's a little bit tough. I couldn't hear all of it.
Sorry. I'm interested in terms of your recruiting pipeline. You said you guys have brought on about 150 people over 3 months, which is obviously insanely fast. I'm interested in what you guys have done in terms of managing your pipeline, making sure you have good quality talent, how you guys have managed to reach out to so many people and bring them onto the project so quickly. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes perfect sense. Great question. So a lot of it has been, we've been very busy with outreach as well as trying to work smart and not only hard. So we created different types of incentives for people to join us. We're very, very, very focused on like any types of partnerships, or even I consider recruitment partners. So if you recruit people, they're partners. So we want to make sure that our long-term incentives are aligned with different types of long-term incentive programs. And then word of mouth. So I'm not going to take all the credit for that. So yeah, cool. Thanks.
I have a question. So when mobile phones were first released, we saw a big change in how people approached developing games, because suddenly people had this thing in their pocket and they were able to just take it out and play a game for 10 minutes, and it changed the gaming industry. Do you see any initiatives, any project that do something radically different because they're building for NFT? Have you seen any of those projects yet, and are you working on any of them?
If I see any project built differently because most people, like the majority of gamers are mobile now, yeah, sure. I mean, nothing crazy, what's it called? Nothing too creative other than just making sure the games are playable on the mobile. Or maybe I misunderstood the question.
Yeah, let me rephrase.
Okay.
Do you see any projects already emerging that instead of going like, oh, we have these assets, these in-game assets, let's make NFTs out of them, taking the different approach, like let's start with the NFT and build the game around it and figure out what we can do that's unique and new with this technology to enhance the gaming? are there any projects that really stand out for you?
Any project that stand out? Yeah, so I think that's a two-part question. I think most people, most games, are doing that. They're pretty much driving the car while they're building it. So they, the NFTs are part of raising the capital for building the game. And then, like any that stand out, I would say, I'm not sure how, but for me, Illuvium standouts, and obviously Soulchicks. Like when I was getting into it, I just looked at two projects, Illuvium and Soulchicks, and I'm a very narrow-focused guy, so when I started here, and I don't like do too much research, but Illuvium and Soulchicks would be my top projects that are interesting. Did that answer the question? It was somewhat, hopefully.
Just one follow-up, like what part of Soulchicks really was like, yeah, this is, what, is there any, or just the whole experience, or any specific thing that really?
I mean, for me, it was I guess it was the League of Legends part. We had there was an amazing trailer that reminded me of that. And also that they had, to your point of having, doing something unique with the NFTs. Instead of doing the 10K collection immediately, like everyone does, they did like a wave. They released it, we released it rather in waves, where the first wave, if you were earlier supporter, you took more risk, you get more rewards. So these are stronger than the wave 2s, and the wave 2s are stronger than the wave 3s. So that was a cool concept that I enjoyed, that we, one of Catheon strings, we realized that worked, so that's best practice now. We do that for all our projects. Thank you. Great question.
Thank you for your presentation. You spoke about franchise, right?
Yeah.
So do you have this feeling that you are creating IPs using the game first before books or movies?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Obviously, this is not even in planning stage. We've discussed it, but yeah.
So you see all your games as like an IP that you will try to leverage through different mini games inside it, and maybe later on a book or a movie, because then you have the community, you have a strong lore to make it happen through a book or a movie.
Yeah. Yeah, of course. Like everyone wants to do everything pretty much, and we're no different. For now, we're focusing more on the game part, but definitely, I mean, we have the people who have been in some of these companies. So
because there is a strong wave now about adapting games into movies, because there are communities, there are already like a strong traction on it.
Yeah.
So it's a good strategy to leverage then all those games.
I agree 100%. I do. So yeah, we talked about it, but that's so far down the line. It's not something we've actioned yet or set up a plan for it to do yet.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Great question. I think we have one more time before they kick me out. So one more question. So.
It might be a little too technical, so feel free to say, like,
We'll
shut
try.
the fuck up. So, about the wallet, are you integrating like popular wallet, like MetaMask or Trust Wallet, or are you developing your own in-game wallet that can go like cross games?
So we will use already existing wallets, like for example for the Solana ones, Phantom, and MetaMask for the other ones. But we will have Catheon Gaming Center, and we'll integrate a bridge there. So we won't have our own wallet, but you will be able to move like assets between networks on the platform.
All right. So you're integrating multiple wallets into your platform.
Yeah.
Love it.
And that's almost done, by the way. So yeah.
Super curious.
Cool. Any last one? Very fast? Nope. Thanks so much, everyone. This was great. Thanks a lot.